I'm going to try to see, because I only have one device with me, I'm going to try to see if I can do a split screen to see if I can read some Reddit stories as well, or if I just have to do it on a different device. Is it working? Oh my gosh, no way. Oh, but I'm frozen. Lovely. Okay, well. Let's see. What happens if I do this? Okay. Maybe. Okay. We're gonna see if this works. Hello! Alrighty. Does this work? Oh, my screen freezes every time I do that. I'm opening Reddit, but it's not working. That sucks. Okay. If I open Reddit and take a picture of the story, then I can have my screen be unfrozen. Okay, we're gonna try that. Me too, it's been a long day. Okay. So, I'm going to take a picture of the Reddit story. That way, my screen doesn't have to be frozen whilst I am reading. Okay. Cool. So, I did a poll, and it looks like y'all chose to have scary Reddit stories, which is a great decision. I love scary Reddit stories, so we're gonna do that. And then I'm also going to do a makeup look. Let me show you the inspiration, and then we're gonna get started. I'm throwing some colors in there today. This is our inspiration. We're gonna do something like that. And I'll start with our Reddit stories now. Awesome. And if y'all have any ideas for subreddits that you want me to check out and read, then I'm all for it. Okay. It says, a few years ago I was walking through the woods off the beaten track and I smelt a really overpowering sweet smell. Being nosy, I pulled back the undergrowth to have a look and found a dead body. Well, we're starting off strong, aren't we? Holy. Okay, well then. Jeez. Okay. The guy had clearly been there a while, and he didn't look great, with swollen green and black bits and various runny bits. Ugh. The local wildlife had also been dining well for a few days. Oh. Okay, lovely. I called the police, who told me to wait with the body until they arrived. Being in the middle of nowhere, it took a while for them to arrive, and it got dark, and I just sat there in the dark with him for a long time. That must be traumatizing. It turned out he had committed suicide. For a long time afterwards, I had dreams about him, and he would talk to me, and not nice things. Mainly about how he was angry. I had disturbed his resting place and how he wanted me to myself. Okay. Probably just my imagination, but still pretty disturbing all the time. He still turns up in my dreams from time to time, and no doubt tonight after typing this. Whoa. Alrighty, well, that's definitely... I wonder how old that person was when that happened, because that's wild. That must have been awful. Jeez. Imagine just having a normal day and then that showing up. Ugh. Well then. Okay. Okay, next one. Let's see. Okay. Gonna take a picture of it again. Ooh, this is a long one. Okay. So, Next one is also from an account that has been deleted. It says, about 2 years ago, pardon me, I've got to crack my neck. If it's weird for any of you, just look away for a second. Okay. About 2 years ago, I was driving home from a late night family reunion. It was pretty late, and I was driving about 2 hours. I didn't stay the night because I had to be back for work the following day. Most of the drive was on roadsides with dense bushes and trees on either side, but really creepy. But it was like the really creepy ones that you see in the movies. Anyways, I had been driving about 45 minutes, and I was starting to get really tired. You know how sometimes you suddenly become really tired out of nowhere? Well, yeah, that happened to me, and I knew I wasn't going to last, but I didn't come across any place that I felt safe I could park and take a nap. Anyways, after it became clear to me that I wasn't going to find a place to pull up, and my tiredness wasn't going away, I did something very questionable. I pulled over to the side of the road onto the grass, behind some bushes, and tried to hide my car from anybody else who was going on past the roads. The roads weren't empty. I came across another car every few minutes or so. I made a mental note that the time was 11:22 and then fell asleep. Not sure how sleeping on the side of the road is going to go. We shall see. Sometimes later, I was awoken by a scratching sound. Ugh, icky. I looked at the clock. It was 11:50. The sound stopped after a few seconds, and because I was still extremely tired, I didn't bother to look around and simply went back to sleep. Yeah, I would have assumed it was just like an animal or something. I was later awoken by the same sound, and it was now 12:40. This time it really freaked me out because the sound didn't stop. The thought ran across my mind that it was just an animal inspecting the car, but why had it returned almost an hour after I had left it the previous time? I looked at my rearview mirror and just managed to catch a glimpse of something running away into the forest. Oh. Now, at this time, I thought it was the damn hook killer. Oh, okay. So apparently there was a killer on the loose at this time. Even more of a reason to sleep on the side of the road. Great idea. You know that one that scratched couples' cars and then slaughtered the guy when he got out to investigate? I wonder if that's real. Fuck that, I thought to myself, so I got the hell out of there. There was a bend no more than a couple hundred yards up the road. And as I came around it, there was a fucking car parked off to the side of the road, and the driver's side door was open. As I came around it, hold up. I slowed down just to look if anyone was there. There wasn't. Then I looked in my rearview mirror, and I didn't see anything. All of a sudden, this guy comes sprinting around the corner, and he starts screaming at me, shouting stuff like, hey, you, get the fuck out of your car. Now, I hopped out of my car. Nope. I noped the fuck out of there and sped off. I never saw the guy again. Moral of the story, don't fucking sleep on the side of a deserted road. That's a pretty good moral of the story. I don't know who is willing to sleep on the side of a road. That, not very smart. Okay, I guess we just get desperate sometimes. Okay, next one. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there are any more. Paranormal. What subreddit should I do? I could do paranormal, or I can do some. Let's see. I can do some true scary stories or urban legends. What would y'all like to hear? Definitely up for paranormal. Love me some ghost stories. It's up to you guys. Let's see. Using my palette, because I only have the prime colors, so I've got to make all the colors myself before I start. So, just got to do that for a couple minutes first. I'm thinking Ghost stories? Gotcha. Okay. If we're doing ghost stories, then I can do r/paranormal. Let me find that real quick. Hold on. Okay. It's annoying how my camera freezes every time. r/paranormal. Okay. I got it. Okay. Oh. That's not a very good one. r/paranormal stories. Okay. Okay. Got one. Okay. I got it. Awesome. Let me take a picture of it and then we shall proceed. Okay. This is annoying how I have to do it. Okay. Here we are. Got it. This happened to me about 15 years ago when I was 17. I've never managed to find any sort of explanation to what was behind it. I live in Scotland and went around it in a loop. And went for, oh, I'm just stupid, and went for a run in a loop. This person's grammar is strange. Okay. It's fine, I've had stranger grammar. I'm not judging. All right. I went for a run in the loop, which was from my village around a tarmac road, which is about 4 miles, then back to the village. I passed through farms, woods, and a few remote houses on the route. It was mid-December, around 5 p.m., so it wasn't daylight, however, it wasn't dark. I was about 2.5 miles into the run with headphones in. Ugh. Never put both headphones in when you're out in public. You never know what can happen. That's just what I tell myself. Never be too distracted. You gotta be careful of your surroundings. This is a pretty green. As I was running, there was a long old farm building to my right, a field behind it, behind the hedge on the left, then woods on either side of the road about 200 meters beyond this. I saw a man walking towards me. He had his head down, a beanie hat on, a dull-looking jacket. He had a particular build similar to one of my friends. He was just under 6 foot, broad shoulders, not fat, but built. As I got closer, he moved into the shadow of the farm building to my right, so I pulled my headphones out, as it was strange. Okay, now we're starting to get some sense. I slowed to a walk, and I was around 10 meters away, and I found he was gone. The wall was sandstone, but there was an old doorway. Ooh, sandstone. Sandstone is, for some reason, very energy-filled. I don't know how to put that. But there was an old doorway which was previously bricked up. There weren't any other doors, and once I thought I had seen a ghost, I had the option to run back to the house, who I knew the person that lived there, or quickly decided I could go to someone else's house, as I looked weird running home via the woods. Yeah. I told my mom about this when I got home, and she said I must have hallucinated, etc., and she didn't believe me. That's so frustrating. She said blah blah blah. The next day, she was at work and told her workmates the story. Hold up, I gotta scroll. At the end of the story, one of her co-workers pulled her aside and asked her what the person looked like. She told him he had a build like Ross, the friend, who was well known. She went white and explained her husband's father had been cremated that day and used to walk along the water along that road to his house each night after work. I saw in the newspaper a couple days later a statement that Jimmy had been cremated that day. Wow. That is interesting. Whew. Just imagine like spine-chilling stories like that. I wish I had some of my own. I might have some of my own. I gotta think of some, just because it's hard to do makeup and Reddit stories. Maybe if I'll just tell y'all some stories. I know what stories I got. Let's see, what stories y'all want to hear? I could do... Or we can just listen to music. Do some singing. Just because Reddit is difficult to do whilst makeuping. Yeah. Alright. I am just going to end this live and then retitle it so that people don't join expecting Reddit stories. So, cool. Bye-bye.